My name is Emily Barker. I'm head of legal corporate for the NASBIS and Prosus groups. Prosus is a global consumer internet company and one of the largest technology investors in the world. We've got about 20,000 employees and we're operating across 80 countries. I have two young kids, so a lot of my day is dictated by the household routines, like most parents. I'm based in the Netherlands, as you can see from my background. I'm based in Amsterdam. It's quite common to work 4 days a week here, so that's something I do because I've got young kids. I have to be very organized to keep all the balls in the air, I guess, you know, but that's fun. I don't have a lot of routines and rituals, I guess, apart from the pretty boring stuff. But one thing I'm a big fan of is never, ever skipping breakfast or indeed any meal. What do I find the most interesting at the moment? That would be the work I've started doing in the space of policy and regulation. And there's not so much sort of technical stuff to do with regulation and applying very, very detailed laws, but more from the macro and geopolitical angle. We're noticing, you know, if we step back and look at our businesses globally, that a lot of regulation and policy trends that can have a really significant impact for us as a group. So that's an area I've quite recently got into, and it's super interesting for me as a lawyer. I mean, I definitely say the skills I've learned in my career to date are super helpful. I think lawyers are really good at analysis, at assessing risks, at persuading others, at looking at options holistically from different angles. I think lawyers are really good at that, and that's certainly something I've learned through university, but probably more through working life. So probably not a direct relevance, but definitely indirect. I mean, you need to do the study to get the job, right? So it's a learning path the whole way through. What I'm doing now is more real world than law books. I mean, it's looking at the world around you. It's reading the papers, trying to understand how governments are thinking, which direction they're going, what trends like techlash mean for us and our group. And that's super interesting. That's actually much more difficult than the law books. Techlash is basically people moving from, you know, thinking that tech companies were the best thing ever and going to change the world only in a positive way, realizing that tech companies too have limitations and also need to be thinking of their consumers, their users, and also have a strong ethical fabric behind their businesses to not take advantage of the strengths and power that they have through their products and services. As a legal team, I think it's becoming more and more important that one doesn't specialize too much. And it's often quite a hard balance as a lawyer to really get to know the areas that you're responsible for and be really good at them to be able to do your job well. And realizing that the world is evolving and changing so much that as soon as you've kind of gone so deep into something, the world may have moved on. Everything is going faster these days. So having more general skills, being able to kind of pivot between different subject areas, but use, for example, analytical skills or your ability to assess risks or think of solutions, that you can transfer those skills to different scenarios. And I think that makes you a lot more resilient as a lawyer professionally. And it's also more interesting, you know, not to get stuck doing the same thing for 20 years. So that's a careful balance. You still need to know your subject area, obviously.